Is your ego killing your marriage? I hope not. I'm Brian Bandis, and this is The Married Man.
It's time to put on your big boy pants.
All right, boys, let's get to business. This is The Married Man, where we talk about what matters most, which is bringing your very best as a father and as a husband. Now, my experience has been that one of the most significant threats to my marriage and to marriages in general is our ego. I mean, as men, our ego can actually, to a degree, be pretty helpful, right? We've got to operate in this world with a certain amount of confidence, a certain amount of swagger. We've got to be able to sort of crank it up and bring our A game when we need to, right? The problem is when we start to bring that approach to our marriage. See, we need to bring strength to the world in general. We need to bring strength to our work. We need to bring strength to our family. But then we get caught up in this sort of like middle school bully version of strength where we think bringing strength is imposing our will on those around us. And that is not how you bring strength to your family. That's not how you show love to your family. The way that we love our family is not by imposing our will and demonstrating our strength, whether physical or otherwise, by dominating people. In fact, this is sort of where the idea of servant leadership comes in, right? So please don't hear me saying not to bring strength. Don't hear me saying not to have self-confidence or a really strong, healthy sense of self-worth. In fact, I think those are crucial to you being the kind of husband and father that I assume that you want to be if you're here watching this video. But the goal is not to bring strength by overpowering. True strength comes through humility, right? That's where this idea of servant leadership comes about. Now, I think there's three ways that immediately came to my mind that our ego can be a detriment to what we're trying to do and who we're hoping to be. I know there's not only three, but let's start with these three. Number one, when we are egocentric, it is a very me first place to be and a very me first way to live. And that means my focus is going to be on what can I get? What do I want? There's no servant leadership there. It's about what do I need? I want more sex. I want my kids to shut up because I want to relax because I just got home from work and I'm tired. I want fill in the blank. And now the focus is not on how I can give, how I can lead, how I can serve, how I can set an example. It's on whatever I think I want for either my comfort, my pleasure, or assuaging my own ego. And frankly, this is weakness, right? Me needing what I want at the expense of others, that does not require any inner strength. That's weakness. That's me bringing weakness to my family instead of strength. Number two, it creates opposition. If I'm in that me first mode, not only am I not focused on any aspects of how I can serve, I'm focused on what I can get and what I want, but then it makes those who get in the way of that automatically my opposition, whether it's my wife or my children. If they are impeding what my ego says is the most important thing, now my wife has gone from my partner, or my sons have gone from, my boys who I want to raise up and encourage and love on and strengthen. They have now become my opposition, and it is now me versus them. And that's where we get into imposing our strength on them to get what we want, instead of using our strength to love and to serve, using our strength and bringing it as a gift, right? So my ego, when I'm in that me first mode, makes my wife my enemy if she's doing anything other than whatever my ego says is most important. My comfort, my pleasure, whatever it may be. And lastly, number three, and this is a huge one. If I'm in this egocentric, me first mode, everybody who gets in my way of what I want is my enemy, then ultimately it cuts me off from learning, it cuts me off from growth, right? Because the ego wants to preserve itself. And in that mode, I actually am not operating from strength, I'm operating from weakness, and therefore I can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. I'm in a mode where, let's say I react. Instead of responding, I react angrily. I fly off the handle, I lose my temper. I'm tired, I have a moment of weakness. Am I really gonna be in a position where I can objectively look at my behavior and go, that's not right, that's not how I wanna be when I'm with my family. That's not the father or the husband that I want to be. There's actually a tremendous amount of strength, of interpersonal strength required to go, man, I was wrong. That's not what I want to do. I need to get better. What changes do I need to make? How do I need to grow? That requires humility. That's pretty uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good to go, man, I suck today. I blew it. I want to get better. When I am hiding behind my ego, going me first, whatever I want is most important, those who get in the way are just the opposition, it's me versus them, I'm unable to look at those situations from a place of humility and grow and improve and become, closer to the version of the husband and the father that I want to be. So when we're in ego mode, it cuts us off from learning and it cuts us off from growth because our ego doesn't want to believe that we're not right, that we're not perfect, that we need to change, that somehow maybe we are slightly inferior to the best version of ourselves. So those are 3 ways, and I know there are more, that being in that ego mode harms our marriage and our marriage relationships, and it harms our fatherly relationships. So I want to challenge you guys and encourage you. Just be aware of the difference between bringing strength and confidence and bringing ego. I want you to bring strength and confidence, and I hope I'm bringing strength and confidence to my family. I want to impart that confidence in particular to my 3 sons. I want them to see that and go, I want to be like that. And I want that for you. That's all I got for you here at The Married Man. I'm trying to post 2 times a week. Click subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and let's become better husbands and fathers. I'll see you in a couple days.